everyone, salam 그리고 안녕하세요 여러분들이. Welcome to the third but also somehow first episode of my podcast Neira, overthinks and talks. I started this podcast on another platform, but then I decided not to post there anymore, so I haven't posted for months, and I realized that I really want to do podcasts, so I'm gonna do it right now. Like this, the video version as well, on my new YouTube channel. As you can see, here I am. This is my kind of improvised studio for the start, and welcome to whatever today's topic is gonna be. Today I decided to talk about this year that is coming to an end, 2025. I will be talking about it in general because I feel like this year has been interesting. This year was really difficult for me. Subhanallah, it started like January and February were really difficult to deal with, and later on somehow, things started to unfold, and now that's already the end of the year, I feel like I kind of don't want to look back in anger. Like, this podcast episode was really inspired by the radio that I'm listening to. Shout out to Hayat Tedva Radio. So they had this feature in one of their shows. I think it was like either like afternoon or like the morning show, like right now I can't quite remember, but like the listeners were calling them and telling them what nice happened to them this year, and also what they did but what they wanted to do and still haven't done, and even the things that they shouldn't have done. So like it was a really nice program, and somehow it gave me the idea for this episode. To be honest with you, many beautiful things happened this year for me, but I feel like most of them were some kind of small wins, and some small things, tiny little things that really make you stop and think for a minute and be like, oh my god, this actually like such a nice thing. And like the other day I was on my Instagram and there was some video in Korean, and they said like that what they have to say to 2025, they were like kajima, like don't go in Korean. And at that moment I was like, the only thing that I have to say to this year is like kojo. It means like get lost or like F off in Korean. And I was like, but then at the same moment I stopped myself and I was like, but think about beautiful things. And I was really happy, when I started kind of recalling things that happened this year. So many beautiful things, mashallah. I really liked, it's some kind of a highlight of my year. One of the highlights of my year is when I randomly met bunch of Korean people at this random bus station in Slovenia. It was really hilarious. I was traveling to see my cousins there, and they were traveling probably across the Balkan countries, and they were in Slovenia back then. And I was so shocked, and they were so shocked. Like, I was shocked to find a bunch of Korean people in Slovenia at a random bus station, to be able to talk to them in Korean. And then on the other hand, they were shocked to see like me, a random girl, especially a hijabi girl, like being able to talk in Korean to them. It was fascinating for both sides, I believe, and it left such a great feeling for me. It kind of still lingers, when I remembered, I can still feel what I felt back then. So that's definitely one of the highlights for me, and really like alhamdulillah for that moment, because when you do something that makes you truly happy, as it makes me happy when I'm learning Korean, and then like you have this amazing like need and wish, and like you really want to speak this language as much as possible, and then randomly meeting native Korean speakers is just like mind-blowing to me. So it just made me realize once again how God like has the best of plans, because I remember back then I wasn't feeling that well, and I was like, I need a trip somewhere. It was a while since I took some trip, and I was like, let me go to Slovenia to see my cousins. And then I just randomly met, Korean people, and I was thinking like, I will only be able to speak to Korean people if I go to Korea. But it's but like, no, it's possible to do it, elsewhere. So that was really one amazing moment that happened to me. I also had nice time with my family and friends, alhamdulillah, especially in July and in August, because those are really pretty months for me, even though I was kind of overthinking how they will pass. But alhamdulillah, they were one of the best months this year for me. I did also have some nice things. I did also have nice classes with my students, and usually work for me is, stressful, but, sometimes when you get the appreciation that you really want and deserve, it's really, really nice. I also have to mention my love for football. This flame rekindled, like, I don't know, sometimes last year, the start of the last year, and I started watching football again, like, all the time. And, just having something to look forward to, like waiting to see your team play. It's really nice, especially when they win. So please, City, like, please keep winning. Keep winning, please. So yeah, it's really nice. There are some really teeny tiny things that make you happy in life, and I think we should appreciate these more. And I know it's some kind of a cliche, it's some kind of a cliche, like, yeah, like, you have to appreciate the little things in your life. But honestly, it's true. Like, it's really like that. It really is. So, I feel like somehow the other part of 2025 started being nicer and nicer, and some things were unfolding and unfolding for me. So yeah, I want you guys to cry less, and to not cry at all in the next year. I really want you to be happy and to be healthy, both mentally, which is really important, and physically, which is like also really important. So yeah, I think we should also find some things that we can look forward to, whether it's like some huge trip that we have, or it's like I don't know, like looking forward to watch your favorite football team play, or for me, looking forward to BTS's comeback album. Yay! Find things to look forward to, and I really advise you to write in your diary/journal. It's something that keeps you sane, and it's really nice later on when you look back on these days, moments, and you're like, did I write something about this in my diary? Or you would just randomly, go through your diary, and you would see the time when you were really struggling, and then, you will see yourself at this present moment, and you will see how much you grew, and how much we actually really, really grow through all of these things that are happening to us. So yeah, I believe that we can, manage, and we should honestly really pray for our health, and that's probably the most important thing to say. I hope that, when you look back on this year that's coming to an end, I hope that you see things that really worked out for you, and then you realize, like, all the things that you were like crying about and that you were stressing about, that you can just see that they had to happen, so that you can have something right now, or that you can be the version of yourself that you are now. So I think it's important to not look back in anger. I say that again. So yeah, guys, don't look back in anger. Just embrace the things that happened to you, and that happened and that will happen to you, with your arms wide open, and be like, this needs to happen to me. I think So yeah, I have a great holidays, you know, whatever you're celebrating. So yeah, I hope inshallah we will get more of these podcasts, and there's that. This is me saying bye to you from my pretty studio and all of these pretty shiny things that you may or may not see. But yeah, thank you. 그리고 아프지 말고 행복하고 항상 믿어지 something. Please always believe. And yeah,